Good morning, YouTube. All right, it is, what is it? Thursday? Thursday. And I want to make a video about a very interesting thing I heard on the radio yesterday. Now, I was listening to AM radio. Well, I so happened to turn to the AM radio, put it that way. And I because I've always listened to Dave Ramsey. Now, let me show you this tape. Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace University, and he has a radio, nationwide syndicated radio show. And he used to always be on television as well, but I haven't seen him on TV as much. So anyway, this is a tape. And a few years ago, prior to me buying my home, I had participated in Financial Peace University. And it's basically a, David Ramsey is basically a financial guru of financial management, money management. He has several books. I do have a couple of his books at home. Money Makeover, and basically what it is he takes a Christian perspective of debt management and, you know, how you deal with money. Now, it was so interesting because I was like, I don't know, it was almost as if this was meant for me to hear. I turned on the AM, switched to the AM station, and it was on the Dave Ramsey show on 640 AM radio. And the first thing that came up was he spoke about tips. A viewer had said, "You haven't spoke about tips in a very long time," and they wrote and they wanted him to speak about his perspective about tipping. So, and one thing he said about tipping is how it relates to one's character. And so I started listening to what he was saying about it. Now, our jobs, our homes, even if you have children, parents, whatever. Now, this is not what he said. I'm just going to throw in my little perspective. Everything on this earth that we have is temporary. We all know that we only have a short period of time to be on this earth, but while on this earth, God has blessed us with things, with people in our lives, our homes, even our jobs, and businesses, even this ride-sharing economy gigs that we all partake upon ourselves to do. All of these things that is given don't belong to us. This car that I have, I'm driving, the home that I live, the tips that I get, the money that I make, all of those things, we're just steward of the things that God gives us. Now, that being said, the issue that he spoke about with tipping, he says that it is one's obligation to tip. Not because so much that it's not so much that you got a service and you know, someone came to your house, deliver your pizza or Chinese food or whatever, and you're required to tip. It's the fact that you're blessed with those things, that someone has done something has provided a service for you that you didn't have to partake to do upon yourself. Even the simple thing is valeting your car. You didn't have to sit in the car, drive around in a hot car, finding some place to park, and stressed out about parking. So therefore, you go and valet, and you get your car parked, or your pizza delivered, or your groceries delivered, or someone comes to pick you up and take you to work or to church or to anywhere else without you having to use your own car. The fact of the matter is that you're blessed with things and capabilities that if you're a person who lives, even if you live in a $100,000 home or $1 million home or $10 billion mansion, the fact that you were blessed with those things, you are only the steward of those things that God given you. And if you're a person who takes advantage of people to deliver your food, park your car, drive your, deliver your groceries, do your grocery shopping, whatever the case may be, Dave Ramsey, he even made this good point. You're required to tip. It's almost as if it's not an option. It's not, well, I didn't get good service, so or I didn't like the service too much, my food was late, I'm not gonna tip. You're required to tip. The fact that you were given the blessings of the things you have, and the fact that you could be able to go out and do it, not for yourselves, but other people are doing it for you, that speaks of your character. If you're a person who orders $100 worth of groceries, $50 worth of groceries, anything, and you can't even give the audacity to tip a person for providing you a service, and you don't tip, and you just close the door and slam the door, or some people will just leave it outside the door in your home because you didn't want to open the door because you either, for whatever your reasons are, that speaks of your character, that you could sit there and not do that. That says that you are selfish. That says that you are stingy, and that's not godlike. Yes, I said it, and I'm not saying it because it was iterated by Dave Ramsey on his show. He says that the worst people when it comes to tipping is Christians. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Chinese. Christian people are the worst one. He said this. Dave Ramsey said this. He said that the reason why they go out on Sundays to go out to eat is, is because after they get out from church and they don't tip. They go and, that's why some of these restaurants implemented a mandatory tip of large groups. A group of 6 or more people going out to eat, they automatically put that gratuity on that bill, 20%. Because they know that in the past that they wouldn't even tip. They'll come after church. Church will be over after they've been praising God, running up and down. I don't care what kind of church it is, whether you're white, black, they'll go out to, let's go out to eat. And yes, I'm going to say this. I'm going to add it on to it because he didn't say this. So don't say Dave Ramsey said no. Teresa said, black folks, we in particular, we do the most. And I hate to say we because I don't like to include that in myself because I don't do that. We go out to eat, large groups, eat, order the most, work the dang waiter to death, waitress to death, walking back and forth with the water. Can I get some water? Can I, and then when it's time and get a big bill, and then they be the first one to not leave a tip, or they leave an inadequate tip. So yes, restaurants do need to implement a 20% gratuity charge, especially when you come in large groups, because they don't tip. And he said Christians were the worst ones when it comes to doing that. Now, some of y'all may be offended of somebody may say that, or I tip. It ain't about I tip individually. We talking about it collectively as a group of people. Collectively, as a group of people, Christian, black, white, that the attitudes of someone providing a service and you order $100 worth of whatever and you gonna only leave $3? Really? Who does that? Are we that mathematically unable to know what the percentages are? how to calculate it, that speaks of your character. And the fact that, you know, you could profess to be a Christian and you are blessed with the things you have. And someone told me one time, well, maybe they're not able to do it. Yes, you are. Maybe you're not able, maybe they don't have it to do it. Give me a break. You know, and I didn't even argue with this particular person that made that comment. You know, I don't worry about it. I'm blessed. You know, I hate when people say that. I don't worry about it. If I get whatever, I'm blessed. You're right. Look at your actions and what you do before you come using a verb and say I'm blessed. You know, I don't care if I don't get. Yes, you do. Because when you do it for a long length of time or a long period of time or any number of time, then you're going to start complaining about, I ain't got no tips. I don't like driving around with the bugs and you know, stupid stuff. But you're going to be the first one to say, I'm blessed. Or maybe they didn't have it. You know, you can't be blessed and then at the same time don't give a tip. And then you're sitting here providing, you know, getting a service that's not even mandatory. You don't have to hire somebody to do your grocery shopping. You may have to get in your car and do the grocery shop. Now, yes, some people may say, well, you know, there's some people, they order the service because they, you know, they're elderly or they may live, they may, you know, they may be handicapped. Okay, I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about people who don't have the capabilities of not doing the grocery shopping because they have a handicap or they may live in a nursing home. But even then, I don't even dismiss that as an excuse, because that has nothing to do with tipping. Because if you live in a nursing home, and I mean, and these nursing homes, see, a lot of people think living in a nursing home is free. Just because somebody live in a nursing home, oh, they ain't got no money. You know how much it costs to stay in a nursing home? Do you know how much it is? You know, being in a nursing home, and it's not like it's some free, I'm poor. You gotta have some substantial amount of money once you get old to be able to afford to stay in a nursing home. So please stop using that as an excuse. Now, as for someone being handicapped, you know, it's unfortunate. Some people may not physically be able to do that. Okay, that's fine. But people have caregivers. People have all sorts of things for assistance. So please don't trivialize one's lack of character and the blessings you have, and that you're so stingy that you cannot tip a person who's sitting here in a hot car, driving around in a hot car, you know, doing the things that I feel that can be a blessing for you. You got blessed with the things you have, but you are only stewards of those things. And you turn around and you don't tip the person. That speaks of your character. That says that you're a cheap. That says that you are you can't be trusted. And this is what Dave Ramsey said. You can't be trusted. You're basically a liar, and you're you have no character. Point blank. Now, I'm going to make another part of this video because I'm sitting here at the front of this Publix, and it's a Thursday, so it's a slow day. So I'm going to have to weigh this out. But let me make another part of this video. I'll see y'all in a minute.